Om Gam Ganapatte Namaha, Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Legend of Syamantakah and Ganesh Chaturthi connection. Muni Narada, on his rounds around the universe, arrived in Dwaraka to meet Bhagwan Sri Krishna and sang his glory. It was Ganesh Chaturthi, and Narada tells Krishna about the significance of the day and why no one should see the moon on that day. The curse of the moon and Maitya dosha. It was late night and Ganesha was returning to Kailasa after a stumptuous feast hosted by Kubera, the goddess of riches and considered the richest among all gods. Ganesha had eaten a lot of his favorite sweets, the modakas, and was returning on his vahana, that is a mount, Mushika, that's a mouse. It was Purnima, full moon night, and the moon shone in the night in his resplendent best. In spotless white, Ganesha and his mouse were trudging along, and suddenly a snake appeared in their path. Since mouse is considered prey of snakes, it was frightened and rushed aside for safety. Ganesha falls down onto the ground and his stomach broke open, and all the modakas he had eaten rolled out. Ganesha stuffed all the modakas back, picked the snake and tied it around the stomach to pack in it. Embarrassingly, he looked for his vahana, mouse, and saw moon laughing at his predicament. The moon, having witnessed the entire episode, could not control his laughter, which made Ganesha seethe in anger. He broke one of his tusks and flung it at the moon, creating a crater on it, and curses that he would never be a complete spear anymore and keeps getting disfigured. Thus, we find the moon has a crater which we can see even from the earth, and it waxes and wanes every fortnight. He also curses that anyone who sees the moon will attract Mithya dosha, that is defamation by false accusation. Moon becomes repentant and pleads with Ganesha to redeem him from the curse. Ganesha says, the curse once delivered cannot be retrieved, but reduce the effects. He then says no one should see the moon on Ganesha Chaturthi. Bhagwan Sri Krishna, the dutiful king that he was, immediately makes a proclamation to this effect and lets all his subjects know the ill effects of seeing the moon. Narada Muni then leaves the place and goes back to Vaikunta. Unfortunately for Krishna, while milking Gomata, he sees reflection of the moon in the milk bowl. No one is spared of the curse and has to undergo the consequences, even if it were Bhagwan Sri Krishna. The legend of Syamantakah, marriage of Krishna and Satyabhama. Prasenjit, nobleman of Yadava Kula, same as Bhagwan Krishna, and Satrajit were brothers. Prasenjit also was uncle of Satyabhama, wife of Bhagwan Sri Krishna. Satrajit was a devotee of Surya, that is sun god. Pleased with his unwavering devotion, Surya gifted Satrajit a ruby jewel called Syamantakah. It belonged originally to Surya, who wore it around his neck. It was said that whichever land possesses the jewel would never encounter any calamities such as droughts, floods, earthquake, or famines, and would always be full of prosperity and plenitude. Wherever the jewel remained, it would produce for the keeper 8 bharas, an ancient measure of weight, and translating about 77 kgs of gold daily. It was also the source of the brilliant appearance of Surya. Satrajit was walking along the seashore, praying ardently, when Surya appeared before him. Seeing him fairy form, Satrajit asked him to appear in a less blinding form, so that he could see him clearly. Surya took Syamantakah mani off his neck, and Satyajit saw him an ordinarily looking dwarf form of Surya. When Surya offered him a boon, and he asked for the jewel, which Surya promptly gifts him as a boon. Satyajit threaded Syamantakah mani and, wearing it around his neck, returned to Dwaraka. He was dazzled in such splendor that subjects there mistook him for Surya. Krishna requested him to present the jewel to Ugrasena, the supreme leader of the Yadavas and rightfully and more entitled as a king. But Satyajit refuses to do so and so presents it to Prasenjit instead. Once Prasenjit went to the jungle for hunting wearing the jewel, and a lion killed Prasenjit and took away the jewel. This lion in turn was confronted by Jambavata, devotee of Sri Rama and king of bears. Jambavata finally wins the fight with the lion and takes away the Syamantakah mani. When Prasenjit did not return from the jungle, his brother Satyajit was worried, and there was a grapevine among people that Sri Krishna was eyeing the Syamantakah mani and accused Krishna of killing Prasenjit for stealing the jewel. To prove his innocence, Sri Krishna went to the jungle. Krishna traces the trail and finds Prasenjit's body with tails signs of being killed by a lion, and then followed the trail of a lion and finds another spot where lion lies dead. He further follows the trail and comes to the door of Jambavata's cave. He peeped into finding children of Jambavata playing with Syamantakah mani. Jambavata confronts Krishna and both fight for 28 days, after which Jambavata was defeated. Jambavata then realized that Krishna was his Ishta Bhagavan Sri Rama's form and gives Krishna the jewel and also his daughter Jambavati in marriage. Krishna returns to Dwaraka and hands the jewel over to Satyajit, who also regrets making false accusation. He offers Krishna the Syamantakah mani and also his daughter Satyabhama in marriage. Krishna accepted Satyabhama as his wife but did not accept the jewel. Krishna washed the stain of his reputation. The story goes on to prove that irrespective of who you are, you have to bear consequences of action that you perform. Even if you are Sri Krishna, who was falsely accused of murder and theft. Sighting of moon on Ganesh Chaturthi. If you accidentally see the moon on Ganesh Chaturthi, chant the following mantra.
Simhah Prasenamavadhitsimho Simho Jambavato Hatah Sukumaraka Marodistava Syamantakah.
Then read and listen to Syamantakah mani's story and worship Sri Ganesha sincerely. He will bless you and ensure you do not become a victim of Maitya dosha. Hari Om. Sri Krishnarpanamastu.